to accept this honor. So now if I can please direct your attention to the screens as we congratulate the 2026 Sam Lacey Pioneer Award recipient, none other than Angel McCautry. Congratulations to Angel.
Hello everybody, this is Angel McCautry. First I want to say thank you so much for this award. Just being a young girl at 8 years old playing basketball, I had no idea where this thing could take me. It wasn't until I was 12 years old that this thing called the WNBA was born. And I remember the guys on the basketball court saying, hey, you can play this thing called the WNBA. I said, what's that? They said it's the NBA for the girls. And I remember going home and watching it and seeing tall women that looked just like me. I was hooked, and I knew that's exactly what I wanted to do with my life. But more importantly, I didn't know that basketball will open up so many doors. Not just doors for myself, but doors to help others. I didn't know that I could inspire so many young girls, not only on the basketball court, but off the basketball court, even through injury. When I tore my ACL for the first time and the second time, I had so many kids reach out who had gone through the same thing and just needed help and advice. So I always encourage the kids, get involved in something you love because you don't know where it can take you. And it's taking me all over the world, and right now, I'm able to be in front of you. What a beautiful thing sport can do for us and for the world. And I want to say thank you guys so much for this award. It's an honor, it's a pleasure, and it's so humbling. And I thank you so much. I greatly receive this honor.
Well, Angel, we are sending our congratulations and thank you for that powerful message on the power of sports. Joining us tonight on behalf of Angel is her father, Roy McCautry. Roy, please stand, and her mother, Sharon McCautry. We want to recognize her parents, the great force that continue to support her in her great and talented career. And again, thank you all so much for joining us. Please send Angel our love, our congratulations, and our thanks. And we hope she's so excited when she gets the mail now with the award. So congratulations again to Angel. All right, well, staying with WNBA, our next honoree has taken the lessons she learned as a champion on the court and used them to now break barriers in the boardroom. Renee Montgomery won a national championship at UConn, any Huskies in the room, before becoming a two-time WNBA champion with the Minnesota Lynx. But her impact on the game took an entirely new meaning here in Atlanta. After she stepped away from basketball, Renee made history when she became the co-owner and vice president of the Atlanta Dream, becoming the first former WNBA player to hold both an ownership stake and executive role with a WNBA franchise. Today, Renee continues to expand her influence across sports, media, if you're watching women's games, I know you see her, business and entertainment. She's an entrepreneur, an investor, a broadcaster, and a producer, while she continues to pour in opportunities for the next generation of women in sports like her. So from the locker room to the boardroom, Renee has continued to challenge what's possible and redefine what leadership can look like. Renee could not join us tonight, but she also sent us a special message. So now please turn your attention back to the screens as we honor and congratulate our 2026 Sam Lacey Pioneer Award recipient, none other than Renee Montgomery.
What's up, everybody? Thank you. It's an honor. First of all, shout to the NABJ. Shout to y'all real quick because y'all are the reason that I didn't have an opportunity. So, first of all, thank you for even thinking of me for this Sam Lacey Pioneer Award. And when I think about that, the multimedia wasn't even a thing when you think about when Sam Lacey was starting. But to have that vision to cross not just some decades, but his work spans 9 decades. So his legacy is submitted, and for me, just carrying on that torch, I think being in Atlanta is the perfect place for someone like me who wants to just pour into a city and a city that pours back into them. As everybody knows, since I've been 8, I eat, sleep, and breathe basketball from where I had hoop and went to UConn, and then had dreams of playing professionally and played in the WNBA 11 seasons, and then even after the WNBA, not being a co-owner and vice president of the Atlanta Dream. It's all the same, like it's all around hoops. Like even right now, I'm in the studio calling women's basketball games. So if you don't know, like my love for the game runs deep, and so to be recognized as a pioneer in this game is truly an honor. And I consider myself a student of the game, and I will keep on learning and keep putting my all in there, especially when people like you feel the need to give me an award that I do not need, but I appreciate so much. So thank you guys. And what up, Angel, man? I ain't seen you in a minute. I better see you in the Dream game soon. Later, y'all.
Renee Montgomery. Before we continue with our program, we want to once again recognize one of our tremendous partners, the PGA Tour, and thank them for their continued support of NEBJ and the Sports Task Force. Please welcome to the stage Alex Urban, the Executive Director of the PGA Tour Championship. And as Alex makes his way to the stage, please direct your attention to the screen for a quick snapshot of the PGA Tour.
Golf isn't just a game that we play. It's a foundation for more. When we come together to cheer on our favorite athletes, to watch them strive for greatness, we become part of their joy, part of the story. That story doesn't just stop after the final putt on Sunday. Every tournament is powered by a community of people who raise something more valuable than any trophy. They raise hope. They inspire. They empower. They create countless memories and moments that allow dreams to come true. You see, this isn't about scores or records or champions. It's about people. It's about the places we call home. At the PGA Tour, winning means more than one name on top of the league. It means we leave an impact and legacy of change every step of the way. And in that, we can all be pleased.
Good evening, everyone. Ralph runs the first tee for us at the Tour Championship, so Ralph, let me know if I'm stepping out of line, please. Good evening. On behalf of the PGA Tour, thank you for joining us. We're very proud to support the National Association of Black Journalists convention for the third time, following our participation in Birmingham 23 and Chicago in 2024. Our continued partnership reflects our commitment to celebrating excellence and advancing inclusion. 5 years ago, the PGA Tour made a bold commitment to sharpen its focus and deepen its impact in communities that need us most. Following the country's racial reckoning, the tour made a 10-year, $100 million pledge to support nonprofit organizations that address disparities and urgent needs in our tournament host communities. Of course, Atlanta is one of those. Within 3 years, the PGA Tour surpassed its goals with contributions directed to efforts that promote youth development, education, health and human services, community and economic empowerment, and equity and social justice reform. This commitment demonstrates how the tour and the sport of golf can serve as a catalyst for positive change. We continue to build on this momentum. The Atlanta community holds a special significance for the tour and our partners. It provides a worthy backdrop for the tour's best to be an historic venue for fans who have contributed to some of the game's most memorable moments. You saw some on the screen there. At the Tour Championship, the pursuit of being crowned the FedEx Cup champion brings together the game's top performers while creating a meaningful impact through the work of East Lake Foundation, the First Team Metro Atlanta, and its commitment to the surrounding communities. Tonight, we gather to celebrate the recipients of the Sam Lacey Pioneer Award, an honor presented annually by the NABJ Sports Task Force trailblazers in sports journalism and athletics, who have made significant contributions to their professions while creating meaningful change in their communities. This year, the PGA Tour is especially proud to have nominated Ralph Stokes for this distinguished recognition. Ralph's stories will encourage leadership and lasting influence. As one of the first black football players at the University of Alabama under Coach Bear Bryant, he helped break barriers during a pivotal moment in the South's history. His impact extended far beyond the football field, paving the way for future generations and demonstrating what can be achieved through determination, character, and perseverance. NFL Hall of Famer and the NFL's first African-American general manager, Ozzie Newsome, who was Ralph's teammate in Alabama, said it best. Ralph was a teammate of mine at Bama. He and a few others paved the way for me and many African-Americans to follow. Ralph was a great athlete who could make a tackle in this in a phone booth. I haven't seen that one in Ralph. But Ralph was also a great man. One of the first, which is Ralph's book, reveals the truth that with commitment, perseverance, and faith, you can overcome any obstacle in life, including racism. Today, Ralph continues to lead with the same spirit. As the Vice President of Diversity, Partnership, and Community Relations for PGA Tour Superstore, he has championed initiatives that strengthen communities, expand opportunities, and build meaningful partnerships across the country. He is also a respected leader in the game of golf, having served as the president of the Georgia State Golf Association, and the author of the book that I mentioned, one of the first, Lessons I Learned While Overcoming the Challenges of Integration. He's also a dedicated member of our volunteer leadership team at the Tour Championship for many years, bringing a level of dedication, professionalism, and fun that is unmatched. Most importantly, Ralph is a man that is deeply committed to service, family, and creating opportunities for others. His leadership, integrity, and dedication continue to make him a truly deserving recipient of the 2026 Stanley Lacey Pioneer Award. Congrats.
Good evening. It is such an honor to stand before you this evening. To receive the Sam Lacey Award is something very special to me and to my family and a lot of my friends. And I first want to thank all the support that has shown up tonight to support me. And I have my CEO from the PGA Tour, Mr. Troy Rice, and his wife Diane, and our president of the PGA Tour Superstore, Jill Spiegel, and her husband Peter. They just flew back in out a 4 or 5 city tour this afternoon. Didn't land till almost 4 o'clock, but made their way home, made their way here. So thank you very much for that. And I would love to thank also my family for continuing to support me for many, many years. I have 2 beautiful daughters, one Deidre, attorney here in town, that her friend Marcus made us out to greet us tonight. And I know Spike Lee talked a lot about Morehouse and all the things that the Morehouse grads do and Morehouse men. Ron mentioned Morehouse men. One of my great friends, Dr. Eric Brown, and his beautiful wife came out, and he's a Morehouse man, a Morehouse doctor, and a strong believer. So, thank you so very much. And so, for me, I've spent a lot of years doing what I call my life work, and that is leading integration in my way. I was managed to be given the opportunity to lead the first fully integrated high school football team to win a state championship in the state of Alabama and become the captain of that team. I was also fortunate to was the first ever African-American running back ever signed by Coach Paul Bear Bryant to play football at the University of Alabama. And that was eye-opening and a great privilege to open the doors for Derrick Henry and all the other great running backs that followed. So it is a great privilege. But, and Spike again mentioned Morehouse. The PGA Tour Superstore and our owner, Arthur Blank, has been committed to the HBCUs all over the country, but especially the Atlanta campus. And we're into golf. We, PGA Tour Superstore, is golf. But this past year, we built the first indoor practice facility in golf at Morehouse University.
Oh, wow.
We built that. We were also supported to get their first outdoor practice facility contract with Bobby Jones Golf Course, and we got them playing privileges for the Morehouse Golf Team and East Lake Golf Club. That's you. Spike at the lead, but we're deep into helping Morehouse and Morris Brown and Clark and Spelman and Clark Atlanta and supporting HBCU golf from the PGA Tour Superstore standpoint. One thing I would like to speak on just a little bit about why I think I am here and the opportunities that I've been given. Starting in Montgomery, Alabama, in a segregated schools until I was in the 12th grade, and then able to move over to all-white school by forced closing. I became the #1 football player in the state of Alabama, #1 running back in the Southeast, and that gave me a platform. But what it did more than anything was create opportunities to build relationships. So one of the things that's really critical to the growth and my personal growth, and I think for a lot of people, is two key elements. And one of the things that happened this past season for graduations and when they did commencement ceremonies, two great men that I respect a lot spoke this year on two topics that I think are really important. First was my chairman and owner of the PGA Tour Superstore and owner of Atlanta Falcons and co-founder of Home Depot, Mr. Arthur Blank, who's been a longtime friend of mine. Arthur spoke to a high school here during commencement season, and he spoke on the importance of relationships. And to me, the relationships that I need to creating opportunities for me in life. Arthur talked about the importance of relationships, opening doors for him as he grew, and opening for others. Building the right relationship has been paramount to getting me started and opening doors. Another great gentleman that I have a lot of respect for is our former CEO, a guy named Dick Sullivan. And Dick spoke at his college commencement this year in Rhode Island. And Dick spoke on another thing that's really critical. As he said, when you get that relationship that help opens the doors, mentorship, and I heard someone speak on mentorship a little earlier, mentorship helps you learn how to navigate that space. And for a lot of us, initially, we didn't know how to navigate that space. We were put in places we didn't see people like us in there. And how do you navigate in this space where you don't see anyone like you? Nobody's ever been in that space. As the first black running back at Alabama, there was nobody there to tell me how I was supposed to act and what I was. But there were mentors who came alongside me and said, I will help you. As I got into the business world, and the first African American to run Cigna Healthcare Southeast organization, it was mentors that taught me business etiquette and helped me to learn things that allowed me to be successful. Our leaders, Jill Spiegel and Troy Rice, have been really good at opening doors for others to step through in their careers. So the power of relationships gets you in the door. Great mentors help you navigate that space. And so it allows you to use your gifts and talents really well to be able to be successful. So I challenge each of you, and a lot of you are building careers in this room. We got some bright young people in here building careers. Seek out people that can help you. Don't be that arrogant person that says, I can do it by myself. Okay? Find someone that helps you eliminate one or two of those mistakes. And also there are some people in here with some, I watch close, but there's some silver hair in here, and there's some no hair in here. Okay, but you guys have figured it out you've grown. Use that abilities and all that experience to find one or two people to reach down and help, to pull up, to bring along with you. And not so that you could be so proud that I made this kid or I made this person, but just to help open another door, to help them navigate through it. Because they don't know, and you do know. And so with that, I say thank you for this, but it couldn't go said this evening without also saying, I thank my daughters, I thank my family, but I wouldn't be here without my partner for 50 years of marriage, almost 51. My wife, and my wife Deborah has been with me since those days at the University of Alabama. We've been fortunate to be married for 50 years, and yes, God knows, I know I don't look that old, do I? Okay, oh, she doesn't look that old. Okay, every one of us didn't look that old. Okay, I get it. But she has walked this road with me. She's been there, as she said, the wind beneath my